After back-to-back trips to the postseason in 2012 and 2013, the Reds missed out on October in 2014, so now they look to get back in the NL Central. Tim McMaster here along with Jim Duquette. Let's take a look at some of the key acquisitions the Reds made during the offseason. They get Marlon Byrd. They also acquire Anthony DeSclafani, and they sign Burke Badenhop to help out the bullpen. They also inked Devin Mesoraco through his arbitration years, so there are some new faces in Cincinnati. They also have a new look to that pitching rotation.
Yeah, you know, if you start to look at the pitching staff in particular, it's a little different than what we've seen. There's really, in the past, been very consistent, the starting rotation, starting with Johnny Cueto at the top. Homer Bailey has been consistent, although he battled injuries there last year and had surgery to end his season last year. Mike Leake's been one of the quality guys, but they lose, obviously, Matt Latos in the trade. Same thing with Alfredo Simon. They have a couple of younger guys, a guy like Tony Cingrani. I think a lot will be put into his play and to see if he can develop, and of course DeSclafani they get in the trade from the Marlins as well. So pitching staff a little bit different, certainly on the starting side.
Maybe the biggest thing the Reds need to get back in that division is just better seasons from Jay Bruce and Joey Votto, two guys that struggled a year ago.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, the Byrd acquisition, as you mentioned earlier, was a big one. I think he adds to the middle to the end of their lineup, maybe in the 5 or 6 spot. He gives protection to the guys you just mentioned. Joey Votto obviously needs to be better. He's battled the lower half injuries, and you know, he's a guy that gets on base, but he's got that big contract still. He's going to be paid for a long time. He needs to produce and really give you 25 home runs, hopefully 90-plus RBIs. Of course, Jay Bruce has to get himself back on track, too, after dealing with some injuries. We've seen some decline in that bat, but he's still young enough to produce. And so you add those three, and hopefully they come back. And then hopefully Brandon Phillips gets himself back on track. You take Todd Frazier, Devin Mesoraco, it has potential to being a very good offensive club.